I'm late, but welcome back. Alright, so, It Chapter 2. Spoiler review. Let's get started on this, huh? Without shock, fail, or surprise, this movie starts off pretty much how you would never expect any movie to probably start, but, I mean, when it happens, you're not surprised. I hate crime.
This movie starts off back in Derry in a carnival during some festival, I guess. Annoying. And it starts with two gay guys winning a little mini game contest or whatever, and then being harassed by a bunch of bullies who proceed to beat the crap out of both of them and then throw one of them over the bridge. In which case we see, if you caught it from the trailer, somebody splashing around the water. That was him. Pennywise comes by and just snatches him, thinking that he's getting help, and he just proceeds to eat the guy, bite out a big chunk of this right here, right in front of his boyfriend, who sees Pennywise. So it's not like Pennywise is just only visible to the children or whatever. They don't see him too. And it was crazy because I thought that Pennywise only goes for kids, but apparently Pennywise goes for adults too. And he is an equal opportunity serial killer. He'll go for your kids, he'll go for the adults, he'll go for the gay men. No one is safe. This guy's gotta go.
The loser club has to get back together, and the only person who stayed behind was black guy Mike. And he has to call everybody up one by one after said hate crime was initiated. And with the nice little message from Pennywise saying, "Come home," Mike gets on the phone and starts to dial numbers.
Now, me, being the black guy that I am, I'm thinking to myself the entire time, why did you stay there? I get why you stayed there, to, find a way to kill him and everything or whatever, but how do you do that in town and still sleep at night? Like, I would be paranoid. After having an experience like that in the first one, with the first encounter and everything, I would never want to step foot in that town again. Ever. Ever. You could not get me to come back. Bumping those, the whole cuts in the hands and everything. Like, look, I was just trying to be down and I was just trying to survive. You feel me? But if you told me we actually had to do this again, and we actually had to, I say no. No, you gotta do this without me. Y'all do you. Y'all got this. Leave me out of it, please. I have nothing to do with this. I'm minding my business.
But he goes down the list one by one, hitting up everybody and everything. You get to see a little bit of what everybody's doing. Richie becomes a comedian who forgets the joke because, he realized he has to come back home. Nobody knows. That's the weird thing. Nobody knows why they're coming back because apparently everybody does not remember. Everybody besides Mike doesn't remember. So I guess him being there helps him never forget. I don't know. That was really kind of not as explained. Like, they gave a reason so it could be explained, but it still was really never understood why they forgot. Like, okay, we moved away from Derry. That means we forget everything now. Like, they don't even remember growing up in Derry. How do you have your whole childhood just missing from your mind? Like, most of these people were married at this point in time. That never came up in dinner conversation or just dating conversation in general. Oh, where'd you grow up at? Oh, well, he knows. I don't know. Except Stanley. Stanley is the only one who remembered everything. Probably because he was getting his face gnawed off last time they fought him. I would want to forget that too. Like, nothing about that makes me think, you know what? He was gnawing on my face last time. It could go better as an adult. That could happen, right? Honestly, I don't know what I would do in that scenario. I kind of don't blame him because I think he had the more closer encounter with Pennywise than anybody else. Even Bev. Bev got hypnotized and she was floating. Cool. Did she get her face gnawed off? Absolutely not. Just Stanley. I'm just saying, he killed himself. I'm not exactly mad at the fact that he killed himself. I was more shocked because he made a promise and we're seeing this flashback of him promising and then he decides to not deliver on said promise.
So Mike has this brilliant idea that the only way to kill Pennywise is with this old Native American ritual. And long story short, doesn't work. Ritual doesn't work. Reason why it doesn't work was because the people who originally did the ritual didn't work against him either. So in other words, the ritual is a dead ritual. It's a ritual that doesn't work. And Mike decided to take it anyway and have them do it, knowing that it wasn't going to work. His reason for it was simply because the old people who did it didn't believe that they could kill him. Or kill him. Kill it. Kill Pennywise. Kill the Dead Lights Spider. Whatever the freak he is. And as a result, they were pretty much boned in the process too. So now everybody's mad at Mike like, yo, dog, you had us do all of this, get tormented, see old things that we didn't need to see, pick up tokens from the past for nothing? Oh, I would be pissed. I would be pissed. I would be so upset. Eddie dies. Richie survives. And is possibly gay. And then we find out at the very end of the movie that he is, in fact, definitely gay. There's always this little string where he's having this conversation with Pennywise about him knowing his dirty little secret. And we're like, what's the secret? You didn't say what it was. There was like no illusion, there was no allusion to what said secret was. Like there was like, you know, gay talking and stuff like that. But, I mean, there wasn't really much to go on at the time. I mean, maybe I just didn't pay too much mind at the time. Maybe that was the point of the first act and him killing the gay dudes in the beginning, because this is how the town still views homosexuals and whatnot, so maybe it's still like a shunned thing in the town, because that was like mad present. So maybe it was like a whole like coming to what you are type deal or something like that. Like he could never admit that he's gay and be openly gay because he grew up in this town where it's like, you know, slurs thrown around a lot. So maybe that's the point. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm digging too deep into it. I'm not sure. Whatever.
After much friend zoning, Ben finally gets with Bev after she finally realizes that it was him that wrote the letter. And she only really realized it because, I mean, the nigga kind of just howled the poem back at her. I don't understand why you didn't know that it was him from the get-go. I really don't understand how you thought it was Bill this entire time. It's really awkward. The one scene I found pointless was Bill getting his bike back. Why was that relevant? You didn't kill him with silver like you did in the original, so what was the point of that? They had cars. And even bigger than that, I asked this question like twice.
Everybody came back. Mike, you knew 27 years later this was going to happen. You're all adults. Grown adults. Why do none of you have guns? I don't understand it. Everybody's fighting him with nothing. Eddie throws a freaking fence spear-like thing at him, and that injured him because he believed it could. Cool. He got stabbed after that, and he died in the process, but, I mean, it showed that physical objects still have an effect to some degree. Why don't you just get an AK and spray Pennywise up believing that it will kill him? And it should. Why do none of you have guns? I did not understand that for the life of me. I would be lighting everything with an explosive in it. I'll probably just blow up his house, so I don't ever have to go back there. Why not? If he's down there, stick a dynamite, do it, throw it away. You're an adult. You can buy these things. It's a quick trip to Kmart. What's the problem?
Well, anyway, it was a good movie. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the fun that I had with the person that I went with. I acted my color in that theater. I definitely did. There was a lot, I said this before, there was a lot of jump scares, and I was so over the jump scares because I was like, my God, dude, how many more jump scares are there going to be? If it's going to be scary, just let it be scary. And it wasn't even scary, it was just more creepy than anything. Because, I mean, obviously, how much creepier can it be? It's a clown. Clowns are creepy. Clowns are not fun. You dress up like a clown in front of me and like do the like thing in front of me, I'm gonna sock you. I'll sock you. Oh God, I'm gonna punch you. Don't do that. It's best way to get me irritated. Don't play with me like that. Almost forgot. I wanted to mention this in the spoiler-free one. I couldn't do it, but I can say it now. I'm sure by now everybody's already heard about it, but Pennywise killed kids. They can't show them mutilating kids because that's like against like, I don't know, law or whatever. But he definitely killed kids. He definitely showed them killing kids in here, and it was brutal. It was unfortunate, and how he got them was just so creepy on both ends. And it was just like, oh my God, please somebody save the kid, the children. Somebody save the children, the babies. Yeah, Pennywise kills a little girl by chomping on her freaking face because she's insecure about a birthmark that I thought was honestly face paint. When you see it, when you finally watch the movie, you'll be like, oh, I can see how I can see how he thought that was face paint. I thought it was face paint. They had a carnival, there's clowns around, they're like playing water gun game thingies or whatever. I thought it was face paint, nigga. I thought it was like a giraffe. It wasn't a giraffe. Yeah, he trapped her at the bottom of the bleachers, trying to claim to be his friend, and I loved her because he was like, you know, trying to like appeal to her, like, you know, oh, Vicky, I'm your friend. And she's like, if you're my friend, why are you hiding in the dark? That face that he made was priceless because it was the most you ate face that you could add. Period. Like the kid outsmarted him for a split second, like he didn't see that coming. And she proceeds to tell him, like, you're not my friend, you're scary, and tries to walk away. But of course, the old usual trick works where you pretend like you're crying, and he appealed to her emotions about making fun of her, and people make fun of me too, and I'm scary this, and long story short, he ate her face off. Just hard chomp. God, that was the worst one. The little kid, the little boy, I didn't mind him dying as much. Not because he was stupid, not because he didn't listen to Bill when Bill told him to get out of this city and never come back, get out of this town and never return. But because I just saw his death coming, like it was just all too timed, you know. Pennywise clearly wasn't going to leave this kid alone in particular, and he lived in the same house as Bill too. Like, yeah, no, I can see that. In either case, Pennywise is dead. He's gone, and they proceeded to end him strictly by roasting this nigga. Like, all in all jokes aside, all the stabbing, all the gun shooting that I was talking about, all the throwing spears and still dying type stuff, the thing that got Pennywise killed was the fact that he could not survive in a social media era of this day. If Pennywise had a page, the comment section would be full of insults, and he would just be this little baby thingy, this little baby arm thingy, where they pulled out his heart and crushed it in front of him. And honestly, I felt bad for him when he was in the little baby form because he looked so sad and pathetic. He's like, don't take it. That was so corny. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share it around. And if you haven't seen the movie, go see it. I, on my spoiler-free review, gave it a 7 out of 10 because there was so much to complain about, but there were so many good moments in it that I enjoyed that it still was a pretty good movie. Is it better than the first? Probably not, but it's still good enough to keep you entertained. For sure, because it's almost 3 hours. If it's not 3 hours exactly on the dot, I'm not really sure, but it's a very long movie. So, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe again. Love you guys. See y'all later, and I will be here telling it like it is.